Okay. I see screen again.
Yeah, we should be back up. That was fantastic. Well, welcome back. As Jeremy pointed out, YouTube, it dropped on everything.
Yeah, we still got Twitch going right now, but the majority of the viewers being on. Actually, no, there we go. We're back on YouTube. I had to create a new session there, I think. But we're back live. So when these guys watch
Technology,
back us, and
yay.
they're gonna be a little confused.
Yeah, technology. It's a wonderous thing.
Yeah. So 5 watching now. We're getting our viewers back. We apologize as you continue to file in. We had a little hiccup in the software. Thankfully, it was the super quick reboot of the stream. It usually takes longer than that, but we got 7 watching now, so we're almost back to it. So I appreciate you guys. But here we go. We are on the grid here. Here's the starting lineup for the third race of the 2026 season. Braxton DeWeese and Austin Wheeler take P1 and P2 in row 1. Row number 2, you're going to find Nate Lesko there with Nick Kaufman on the outside, position number 4. Row 3, Lucas Whitehead starting in 5th place. And starting in 6th, CJ Gates. Row 4, you're going to find Brandon Finley in 7th place. Dylan Picklesheimer starting in 8th. Row 5, Brandon Biddy in P9. Austin Thompson completes the top 10. Starting in 11th, Jeremiah Nelson in car 21. Chris Cash in 12th in car 69. Row 7, Blake Treywick into his outside P14. Mitch Diamond. Row number 8, Nick Biddy in 15th. Samuel Lawson does start in 16th. Row 9, Jeffrey Goodpaster on the inside outside. Robert Hottenbach in row 10. Dana Ryan in the car number 1. 20th place will be Dylan Ellis. In the 99, row 11, Bryce Hedgecock in 21st, Bill Hagan in 22nd. Row 12, Natasha Bedoin, and to her outside, David Mayberry in 24th. Row 13, Jamel Love in car 11, Jonathan Hill in 26th. 27th will be Christian Marcielli, and then 28th place will be Tyler Robertson. Row 15 and 29th, Eddie Baker, Michael Hyden in P30. Row 16 will be Tyler Bowling, and then Clay Simpson in 32nd. Row 17, Steve Rada, who's not in the race. That was just a error there on his part getting into the session. Row 18, we got 35th, Raymond Bell, Charles Whitehead in 36th, and then Stephen Harden. Should be the 36th place car, not 37. There we go. 36 entries. Huge lineup. Appreciate you guys for jumping back into the YouTube. Looks like we got all of our viewers back. So for the ones who joined in a little bit later,
That was
we had a
odd.
little hiccup.
That was
Very
odd.
odd hiccup. The software just said boop, and then Dustin just had to press the go button again and went live. So I've not seen that happen before. But either way, pace car down, throttles at the ready. Green flag as we get the green flag here in the Echo restart zone, Echo Park restart zone for that matter. Tire spin, tire spin, tire spin. There it is, already in the back. We got 2, 3, 4 wreck. Oh, we got 2 wrecks in the front. About 5 cars total with damage. Caution is out on lap 0.35, Dustin.
Yeah, it's cold tires, Jeremy. I mean, we've seen it in qualifying. You had talked about tire spin, and this is exactly what they did not want to see, but they just started stacking it up there. It looks like Hill got in the back of Mayberry. I don't know if Mayberry had some tire spin or there was a checkup, but it was definitely further up than
R18.
yeah, it
Find it right there. Bryce Hedgecock on the inside, tire spin right into the number 5 door panel. Sorry to cut you off. I knew exactly where it came from, so I wanted to point that out. So we're going to hit a little Nerd TV VHS rewind or a refresh of this restart. Here we go, and we're going to say yeet.
Yeetus
Oh, and right
deletus.
there right behind him, David Mayberry making contact to the outside wall, too, the same time. That was a separate incident, all in the same group of cars. And there's that washing effect Dustin talked about where literally just nowhere to go.
Yeah, and you see a lot of drivers just coming to a complete stop. That's the best thing to do at this track. If you do not have an open lane when an incident is happening, just back it down. Back it down, come to a complete stop. let them sort it out, and then restack it and re-rack it. This is definitely one of those self-washing tracks with the way that it goes. And when they start spinning, it's like Bristol. That's what this track is a bigger version of Bristol. And Bristol's the same way. Once an accident happens, it clogs up so fast that it's a roadblock. It's like a traffic jam on I-95.
You know, the mood was, Dustin, today. I was talking to Race Control earlier because for some reason in this year in 2026, we have become so acquainted with both leagues that we broadcast. We become so acquainted with our Race Control. Um, and this one tonight, I asked him just one question. How you feeling about tonight? And I basically got a face palm reaction, a virtual face palm. Um, so we know there's going to be a challenge, and we just learned how cold tires work on restart. So hopefully that's out of the way. This track is pretty rubbered in. That usually supplies more grip. We got the clouds kind of out, so that's got the track temps kind of cooled down, and we still yet have a ton of tire spin. So the conditions not favorable for a lot of these guys, as they're going to get the one to go. I do believe this time restarting this on lap 5.
Yeah, and it's not an easy track, Jeremy. But I mean, it's drivers got to understand you have to let your pressures and temps get up in these tires. You have to. This track, it's going to make you pay if you do not. And we've seen that on the restarts. And Jeremy, we're going to see that on every restart. We're going to see that on restarts, especially when you start throwing in pit strategy in this, and you got drivers on fresh tires, drivers on older tires. Those older tires going to be at high risk of tire spin. Those fresh tires, as you've seen, going to be at high risk of tire spin. So drivers got to take it easy on these restarts. Let the car set in, and then duke it out. Then throw it in. That's when it's going to do it. You know, give it a few laps. But we have to get by the restart on this again, because like I said, this track will make you pay.
It will 100% make you pay, and even if you're not looking for a paycheck, you're going to pay for it somehow. We saw
it's going to tax you. It's definitely going to tax you.
Yeah, regardless of anything, yeah, the taxing, mentally, physically, it's all going to be there, and it'll show its face before this thing's all said and done. Green flag, back out.
Oh, more tire spin.
We have more tires spin. They save it. We're going to go 3 wide on the front straightaway here. Getting off into turn number 1. They break it back to 2 wide, thankfully, before we get there. As they're still sorting it out through the exit of turn number 2. A lot of cars go single filed. I don't see many cars making contact to the outside. Turn 2. Dustin, that's a very tricky corner. Turn 2, turn 4. We know how that so quickly sneaks up on you.
Yeah, in the Nerd TV realm, Jeremy, we call those corners the coffin corners. They will they'll sneak up on you and they will bury you quick. And that at Dover, turn 2, turn 4, definitely those corners. But little rocky restart, tire spin again, but drivers a little bit more on alert, a little bit more heads up. Got through it, and like you said, a lot of single file, and that's what you want to do. Let these temps come up, give it a couple laps, and then have at it from that point on. You got to remember, we do have a stage break at lap 50, so we will, you know, these drivers are pretty much racing 50 laps right now. See what your car can do, see what it can handle, how much or how little you can push it, and then make your adjustments. But again, tires are everything, and admins in drivers meetings and pre-race talked a lot to the drivers, saying tires are going to be key.
Yeah, I won't have any idea now, but I think on our first commercial cycle, whenever that happens, I'll try to talk to race control on exactly how many tires are on the pit road, because I don't know if I got that number presented to me tonight. 4 is the number. Okay, thank you for that. I was changing a setting at the same time while talking about it, so sorry if that was already said, but we're back at it now. And Dustin, I'm actually kind of surprised how spaced out these guys are. There's a couple guys toward the front, right around the 10th place. They're still 2x2 here. But this track, load up the iRacing iFlag track map, if you don't mind here. We're only 10 laps in, and already about, 60% of this track is completely consumed, as we see some heavy contact there to the turn 2 exit. Now the 12 going way up into the marbles, trying to get that diamond effect. Some people can actually make that work if you can do it, but the tires will not like you.
Yeah, and it actually was the 12 of Dylan Picklesheimer that did make contact with that turn exit wall there. But like you said, there's a number of different lines you can run. It just depends on how much you want to heat those tires up, how much you want to wear those tires down. But you can do the diamond effect, very similar to Bristol. Bristol, that diamond effect going into the corner, you take that low entry, that high arc, and then low exit. Get you a good run on the way out, but like you said, it eats the tires up, it heats them up, and if you heat these tires up, especially on this type of surface, just like Bristol, it gets greasy, it gets slippery, and we all know what happens then.
Yep. It's already a challenging track, and then when the tire wear just kind of, creeps in 20, 30 laps into this thing, it is difficult. It is mentally taxing on the fact that when you're trying to conserve these tires, like, it is so easy, Dustin. It is so easy to overcorrect. It is so easy to overdrive the exit. It's so easy to slip up from the bottom. So the true way to save the tires is just to hug the apron line all the way through, even though it feels like you're going really slow compared to what you practice with. But ultimately, 30 laps into a run, your tires will thank you. You'll climb up the scoring pylon, and that's how you get it done at Dover. You don't just full send it. You literally cannot, unless it's a short run restart like a green-white checkered or something like that. And that's probably why we're seeing a lot of the spacing out here, because of this exactly.
Oh, absolutely. I want to make a shout out, Jeremy. We love shouting out paint jobs and stuff like that. I got to go to our boy Nate Lesko here.
I saw this.
Okay, this guy typically runs a Nesquik car, but tonight, man, he is speaking to my childhood, all right? He broke out the Dunkaroos paint scheme. That's probably by far one of the coolest paint schemes that I've seen in quite a while, and I don't know if it's just because it looks amazing or if it's because it speaks to my childhood and nostalgia. But we got to give a shout out to Nate, man. He keeps bringing he brings the fresh paints for sure.
I have so thought about this idea from the Nerd Reps camp and producing something like this. But no, it checks both boxes, Dustin. It looks fantastic, and it has the nostalgia effect. Even though they did bring it back, Dunkaroos is a thing, or at least it was a thing a year or two ago.
Yep.
So
it's not the
they
same,
brought
though.
it back because of
the
fans.
Not the same.
The
Just
fans,
like the Ecto Cooler.
Course.
It's not the same, man.
Dustin, they put in more red 40, they put in more sugar, and they full send it. That's
it's not.
But things change after 20 years. I don't know how long it was off the market for, but it was off the market for quite some time. And now I'm hungry for some sugary desserts. So, speaking of sugary desserts, what about that sugary sweet joystick flavor from Brez Coffee Co? That's a very fantastic coffee that we recently worked with Brez Coffee Co. to get delivered. Our Dustin handmade on Photoshop that label right there for the packaging. You go to brezcoffeeco.com, search nerd. You'll find our package, of course, and it looks like exact same thing that's on your screen right now. And purchase it. And before you actually check out, use that promotion code SUPERNERD. It's going to save you 10% off. But it's a churro-based flavored medium ground coffee. Pairs very well with a lot of creamers. And it's our coffee of choice here from the Nerds.
Oh, yeah. So delicious. Absolutely. I tell you what, though, some of the people could probably use some coffee to perk them up in tonight's race, because they're going to need every bit of concentration they can. Racing getting pretty hot and heated right here, just outside the top 20 right now. We got a nice little battle here. It's going to be the 0-1 of Kevin Bullock. He was racing with the 3 of Robert Hottenbach, and those guys are getting it squared away. And now we've got the 87 of Clay Sampson. He's throwing his name in the mix. And then Steve Harden, again, one of that's tonight's sponsor, Harden Electrical, throwing his car in the mix there a little bit. So some side-by-side racing, Jeremy, which is good, especially with this getting spread out as long as what it is. But you and I both know these drivers are they're trying to feel this car out at this track. They've been talked to all week long about how it gets tight. If you run it too hard, it gets tight. And I, I'm pretty sure every sim racer knows how hard that simulated wall is out of 2 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, they have 3D modeled the safer barrier, but iRacing does not have a safer barrier physic. So it acts just like a concrete wall. It is stiff as all get out. And yeah, you mentioned it. Harden Electrical is tonight's sponsor, the Harden Electrical 200. So thank you for sponsoring the third race of the Smoky Mountain Sim Racing Series that you're watching right now. And that group of cars, Dustin, that you were kind of showcasing a little bit ago, had some of the biggest movers either forward or backwards. Robert Hartenbach started 18th. He's down to 28th place, out 10 spots. And just 5 laps to go, he was racing against Stephen Harden there in the 27. He is up 12 positions from 37th to 25th. Right in front of him, Kevin Bullock. He's up 10 spots from 34th to 24th. And this is a very common theme here across the board as we're going to go through some of the teams. Here's Bullock Harden Racing, 18th, 22nd, 23rd, 25th. Dustin, I think all their notes were shared because they're all relatively in the same part of the track as we're 25 laps into this 200-lap adventure. Now let's just cycle through the teams while we got a moment here to see what we got. Here's Braxton DeWeese Racing. Your race leader, Braxton DeWeese, one of the hottest guys here speed-wise for the Smoky Mountain Sim Racing League. He's P1. His teammates, well, not so much tonight. Austin Thompson, 14th. Robert, I just mentioned him, back there in 28th. We got second place here, Nate Lesko from Intentional Wreck Podcast. Love that name. He's got Nick Kaufman in 4th, Brandon Finley in 8th, Tyler Bowling in 16th. So 3 in the top 10. That's a great stat all by itself. But then Bryce Hedgecock, tire spin on lap 0.0 basically. Back there in 35th place with some damage. And caution for the second time lap 28. We get the caution here, and we got to see.
It's Jonathan Hill, but I do want to make mention, too, from Intentional Wreck Podcast, Tyler Bowling is your biggest mover at plus 15 spots. He is in 16th right now, but he is up 15 spots from where he started. So keep an eye out for Intentional Wreck Podcast, but we're going to go take a look and see exactly what happened to Jonathan Hill here.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, he's out of the race, too, because of this. Not because of that.
No,
but watch this.
It's this next part. Oh,
no,
my.
Man. You can't park the car on the racing. It's hard because you got cars on the inside, but it's one of those deals. Dover, just unforgiving, man.
Okay. So we know it's the turn 2, turn 4 walls. They come up hard. That was turn 4. Definitely come up hard. This is the thing that concerns me, okay?
Great camera angle.
He's up here for days. These cars have all the time in the world to see what's going on, and there's no checkup.
That hit.
The caution had been out. Like, he was up top. Like, the cars that made contact with him were coming out of turn 4 when he was coming to a stop. Like, there was plenty of time for them to slow down. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And that's Natasha Boudouin that got involved in that one as well. Who was that? Was that the 3 that made contact with him? Robert Hottenbach?
Let's go Oakley visor cam this thing, if we can.
Oh, you know we can.
Absolutely. This is... What a ride!
Now,
I've never seen a car
here's the other here's the other defense. Now that angle right there shows why it's like that in the checkup. Okay, so the 11 there that is running, I don't think he had anybody in front of him, so he should have seen what was going on. The 3 of Robert Hottenbach, and
nothing.
We love showing these angles. He can't see squat. Okay,
nothing.
All he sees right now is the rear end of the 11. He's seeing FedEx, flat rate shipping right now, and then all of a sudden he goes, oh shit, and I'm flat rate shipped right now, and that's the end of that.
Good Dustin bringing out the shipping reference as I did a couple years ago. Maybe I need to bring that back. But
We're gonna go.
yeah,
I want
no, that
to.
was.
I want to check Jamel Love on that one.
I didn't realize our cameraman wore helmets, Dustin.
Oh, absolutely, man. Everybody wears helmets. Everybody.
Perfect.
All
There
right.
we
So
go.
yeah, nothing but clear
Harlem.
track here. Clear track. This is the 11. Okay. I mean,
Easy drive.
yeah. It.
He had time to move down, right? But he doesn't. He's not worried about the Robert's vision and what he can see.
Right, right. And I mean, it's just communication. You know, it's up here in the booth as far as production. We don't have communication. I don't hear what the driver chat is or anything else, but a little bit of communication on that one probably could have saved a lot of people that were involved in that situation. We're gonna ride with Natasha Bedouin here. See what happened with her. See, she was checking up. Oh, she got flat rate shipped as well. There was nothing she could have done on that one. She was checking up. She's seen it. She goes, all right, I'm gonna check up. And then
We tried.
Yep. They were like, nope, you're not checking up. You're going right into it.
Speaking of going right into it, green flag just flew about 5 seconds prior. Jumping right into Blake Traywick, middle of the pack, and to make some moves here. As we got that race leader right there, car number 8, Braxton DeWeese. Of course, class of the field early on here in the first 31 laps. As we complete our first restart lap in this particular restart, and it looks like it's cleaner than the first restart we had. Back there, 20. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Exit number 32, Nick Biddy. Caution's going to be out as here we go. The unforgiving Dover showing its face again for the third caution this evening. And Dustin, they almost had it all together until it wasn't.
Yeah, it heads up driving to all the drivers further back, though. You've seen that they almost come to a complete stop as they come off that turn exit. You know, they seen what was happening. They almost come to a complete stop. That's what you have to, because this thing stacks up so fast that you just have no time to react. I mean, look at that. All of a sudden, it's blocked. It's blocked. Still blocked. Little opening there. Little opening. Trying to funnel through. Good job on Nick Biddy and the drivers and everything else, just waiting for the drivers to pass before they tried to roll and merge back on. This track is tough. It turns into a roadblock of monstrous proportions, real quick and real fast. Probably another reason, Jeremy, that it's dubbed the Monster Mile.
Yeah, and that was Samuel Lawson, the 44, was given the EOL for that one. He used the one he was on the inside. And just, ran right over. Here's Nerd TV replay. Let's see. He's on the inside. He's just going to drive right up the track. It's hard to tell from that angle, but I was watching it from the rear end of the car, and
you can see that it comes up because he's still sliding up, even as Nick Biddy's rear end is just breaking loose on there. So I mean, you can tell that he definitely come up the track.
You know what? I had
Yep,
one more. Here's a good view. Yeah,
there
just driving right up. Yeah, I think he was going to find the outside wall if he didn't find Nick Biddy sitting up there. His trajectory was so tight. I mean, he had the arrow wash too, driving from the inside of the 32. So he had that going against him. There's the 84. That's where they come into play, and then he slides up the track because of just momentum and a bunch of pileups right there occurring. And, Dustin, I had to actually shout out to Ray H613 on the YouTube side. Going back to the previous caution with Jonathan Hill and Robert Hottenbach, he mentioned that the car stopped tied, the green flag was still out. And the green flag was actually flying up until Robert slammed into the 10. So the 10 was parked there for 5+ seconds with no caution. So that was kind of a weird call from iRacing as well. So shout out to Ray.
Yeah, shout out to Ray on that one. Like I said, there's stuff up here that we miss. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of buttons we have to press. But we are definitely fully aware, Jeremy, that iRacing's algorithm for calling cautions is not the greatest. I mean, something like that should have been called a car completely stopped on track on the racing surface. Probably should have been called, especially going into a corner. But I mean, those are things that we don't have control over, and until that's corrected or the algorithm is refined so that it's a little bit more sensitive. You don't want it to be too sensitive because you don't want a car to break 15 degrees loose and then the driver save it and they throw a caution for it. But there's definitely aspects of that algorithm that definitely need to be refined, and the sensitivity increased a little bit on it, and it would prevent a lot of stuff like that from happening.
Yeah, I think overall, people might question why or why not, but at the end of the day, a little more sensitivity on the cautions would be appreciated naturally across the board. Maybe not for a select few, but overall it would be. And here we go, green flag out for the 4th time. Oh no, more tire spin. Car 83, hard slam into the outside wall. We're gonna stay green flag because they got it going here. As he's blinking really bad now on the outside of turn number 1. It's gonna really space out this field early. As the top 10, 15, 20, they all get through turn 2 clearly here. Here's the car that slammed the wall on your screen. And I think they got it figured out here. Clean restart minus that one incident early.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And to go back on the sensitivity thing, like you said, some may enjoy it, some may not. Leagues like this one here where there is no fast repairs, so what damage you accrue throughout the race, you either have to deal with it, have to fix it, or take it behind the virtual wall. I guarantee it, they would definitely be drivers that would appreciate this because they only have one car. That's it. That's all they got. And for drivers like Robert Hottenbach, I mean, he took heavy damage on that one, Jeremy. That just ended his chances at a good run tonight. So it's not a perfect simulation, obviously, but it is leaps and bounds better than what we had 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's making strides in the right direction, and I'm happy that we have something as authentic as what we do to enjoy doing what we love doing.
Look at Dustin. Words of encouragement on this end of things. And Ray H on YouTube says if the cautions were more sensitive, Dustin, that slam from the 87 to the outside wall on this restart would have been a caution. And I 100% agree because NASCAR would have thrown that caution. So,
Yep.
I mean, I would have no beef with it. So, as we're all single filed out here, but yes, the same.
I agree with you, Jeremy.
With the tire management, yeah, 100% there. Yeah. With tire management, with how the track represented affects the driving, with how the track temps and moisture now play, and how the grip levels handle. There's so many variables, and it makes it so much more realistic than, like you said, just a couple of years ago. And they update it. We call for it. Sometimes it takes a while. The hashtag, iRacing hashtag soon. Sometimes that takes longer than not, but we get it sometimes. After a couple years, we enjoy it. Now we got a fantastic product. It's always evolving. And this restart really, once again, just spacing out. A lot of single file stuff going on here. We're 43 laps into 200, so almost 25% of the way through. And long run seems to not be a thing so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go back on Ray's comment, Jeremy, and I agree with you. I know it's you and I. We've had a difference in opinions on a number of things, and it's good. It's led to a very healthy friendship over these over 2 decades, and a lot of good discussion. But I agree. That would have been a caution in NASCAR in the real world. And I mean, if this is a true simulation, I mean, we've seen drivers transgress from the iRacing simulation platform to real racing. Don't you want to again coach them on the expectations of how it's going to be in the real life, rather than say, hey, stay in the throttle and plow through a field because NASCAR is not going to throw a caution. So it's a little bit more of that immersion and that realism aspect of it, and it again would make a lot of these drivers happy because their nights wouldn't end so soon as well.
Side note, I want to appreciate you guys joining in, up to 20 YouTube viewers and 5 Twitch viewers. The Twitch one means so much to us. We're trying to get a sustained 3+ on these broadcasts. We just need 3. YouTube's always the dominant platform. It will forever be our dominant platform with sim racing. But with that being said, the Twitch is, if we can get 3+ on every broadcast, It'll help this channel out. It'll help our exposure out tremendously. So thank you guys on that side
what,
and
Jeremy?
everyone commenting. It's so much fun. Dustin, what you got for him?
So you know what? For that, I know we typically don't turn the cameras on
Uh-oh.
until post
Let me
race
put my shirt
appearance.
back on.
Put your shirt back on. Camera coming back on. But thank you guys.
Oh, there we go.
Much
Okay,
appreciated.
yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry,
Dustin with the curveball of the year.
Jeremy's got his shirt
Hey,
on.
how
For
good
those
was
of
it?
you that might have got
My shirt's been on
excited.
the whole time. I did not take my shirt off. I promise. Like I'm wearing a headset. I can't take this off. I won't know what's going on. So.
That
I
is
know Hulk
true.
Hogan ripping my shirt off.
Oh!
It's not zip. Oh, we
And
got to
there
rack
it
the
is.
12.
There it is. I
Rack
was just going to talk about Lucas Whitehead was falling back in the racing between him and the 12 of Dylan Picklesheimer, and that wall come up, and they ran out of real estate. Jeremy, there wasn't enough room.
Yeah. Dylan just sandwiched Lucas here. If we can do a little VHS rewind to get how this evolved through 1 and 2. But yeah, just running tight here. You know the 12's tight because he has no arrow on his door
And
panel.
he's
That
up
right
so
front fender is
high.
just all it's all mechanical grip. Yeah, and he's losing grip. He's losing grip. He's tight, tight, tight. He's lifting. He's lifting. He's trying everything he can just to no prevail, just running so close. No arrow advantage. And then they sandwich the turn 2 wall. Great job by the guys right behind them to go around and not make additional contact. But
Yeah,
yeah, the 12 was tight early.
he was. I mean, even on corner entry, you could tell he was tight because typically you want to try to get closer down to that actual transition to the apron. And Jeremy, he was a full lane hot up from that. He was running lane 2. And then on that corner exit, he lost all grip. I mean, that thing just got tight. And this is what the admins were talking about was on the longer runs. And Jeremy, that right there is actually going to be stage break on the longer runs that the cars get tighter and tighter, and that right there is a prime example of what the admins were talking about.
Mentioned 7 stage break, so the man who's been dominating this race, right there, that pink and yellow car, number 8, Braxton DeWeese, I think has led every single lap. Yeah, we're going to do a couple things on this caution cycle. We're going to talk to Braxton, hopefully, and also view the pit report and see what the latest round of pit stops looks like. But Braxton is out of pits. As soon as he exits the apron and back onto the racing surface, I'm going to bring him into our channel from Braxton DeWeese Racing, his team, and he's leading it. Got the torch in hand. He's back on track. We're going to try to talk to him right now. Braxton, this is Jeremy Dustin in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Stage 1 winner, man. That car is stupid fast. What are you doing different behind this wheel? It's fixed setup racing, and you're just running miles around these guys. So talk about it. How'd you get your practice in, and what are you doing that's so key to your strong performance early?
Well, I think having the clean air is definitely a huge factor, and just being able to do a lot more with the car. It's able to turn a little bit easier, not having dirty air to deal with, and run my own line and kind of do what I need to do, get my marks. I was, saving my tires a good bit there. And after that restart, we had about 20 laps to go around there. So I said, you know what, let's go for it. And we ended up pulling out there to about just under a 2.5-second lead. So as long as we hit our marks, conserve our tires like we just did right there and keep it out front, I think we'll hopefully finish up front and hopefully we can take home our first win.
Heard that, man. Half a lap left. Go get them. Maybe we'll talk to you here in the next, 150 laps or so.
I appreciate it, Jeremy. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. All right. And that was Mr. Braxton. Appreciate you for talking to us here. Quick cautions, Dustin. These things go cycling through quick. So just enough time to do a talk about after this restart. Maybe we'll pull up that pit report and see what the latest round of pit stops were. I don't know if we can get a tire count, but we can see what that last pit stop cycle looked like and who did not take tires. Oh no, 42's around caution's gonna be out. Pile of 5, 6, 7 cars. Nick Biddy, the 42 is the initial one that goes around this time. CJ Gates, his Toyota Camry, damage all over the place. We got a lot of noses pushed in. Dust and tire spin, tire spin, tire spin.
Yeah, and we talked about it at the start after that initial start to tonight's race, and we talked about it. Old tires and fresh tires going to be bad. 42, CJ Gates just loses it. The 11 dives down low, just completely cleans out the 0-1 down there. Man,
Not kidding, man.
he had no idea that hit was coming and just got cleaned out. That's a 0-1 to Kevin Bullock. And then you see everybody trying to squeeze through down there at the bottom. That's Mitch Diamond. That's Steve Harden down there. That's Dave Mayberry down there. And I believe that's the 45 Austin Thompson that's also down there. Yeah, he was kind of sandwiched in between the wall. You see a couple drivers. That's Natasha Bedouin. Again, smart move. Come to a complete stop. You guys figure it out. I'm going to chill back here until we're good and ready to roll.
Yeah, just more chaos. And Ray H says FedEx shipping coming in hot. As,
It sure
he had to
is.
ship that 0-1 on an overnight shipment
You know
right
what?
to pit road for damage repairs.
You want to see what that looks like? All right, we're gonna go on board full speed. You're gonna see what that looks like, not knowing that it's coming. This is full speed. There you see the wreck. Okay, I'm clear. Oh, maybe not. Nope.
Bam.
Not
And then you
happening.
get to stare at the person who did it to you.
Oh man, that's the worst feeling too. I feel for Bullock there. That's the worst feeling when you don't know it's happening. It comes out of nowhere. Because I mean, if you see it coming, you can try to prepare. You can try to do something to get away from it and save. But when you don't see it coming, you don't have that opportunity.
There it is, Lucas Whitehead, car number 33, plus 1 lap, extra lap, presented by Extra Life. Here is he's gonna go around and get one of his laps back, and this should put him. Let me just double check before I say
On the
he should
lead
be
lap.
back on the lead lap. There it is. So we should here. Let me just recycle that. 26 cars now will be on the lead lap after the 36 entries. So that's minus 10. Those 10 are 1 lap down or more. And here we go. 1 lap to go. Quick caution cycles here. I like it as a racer, as a broadcaster, and with cautions that we're getting, making it hard to talk about our sponsors, Dustin. They really are. So there's your pit stops. 4 tires for the majority of the guys here up at the front half of the field. So we're, that's a quarter of the way in the race now. Probably a good idea to maybe hit that checkpoint and get in those tires, as they have 3 more sets to utilize.
Much
And
larger
as we got a
list
half lap left.
on this one.
Yeah. What's that? Let's count them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 drivers on this patch-up report, ranging from 31 seconds all the way to 6 minutes and 42 seconds from Mitch Diamond. And you can tell that hurts because he's 13 laps down with that 6 minutes of repair. Pace car down, throttles at the ready, and for the 6th time, we're going green flag racing. Let's not make a trifecta of tire spin, please, please, please. Looks like we're okay. Clean restart here through the front stretch.
Yeah, clean restart. Drivers given plenty of room on that one, which is what's needed, except for that 4 wide there
4 wide.
momentarily. They made it through. That's the 87, Clay Sampson. That was up against the wall, and he's been having some connection issues. He was in and out, but it was 3 wide. Natasha Bedouin part of that as well, but she's able to get through it. Natasha, she's battling the 26 of Raymond Bell for that lucky dog position, so she's trying everything she can just in case that that next caution flag would happen to rear its face. But up front, Jeremy, Braxton DeWeese picking up where he left off from stage 1. Like he said, clean air seems to be the key. We know that these cars are very aero dependent. The way the wind moves around these can affect the way that they drive and handle big time. You can pack air on a competitor's rear end, their left rear, right rear, really slow them up, loosen them up, tighten them up. So it makes perfect sense for Braxton to say that clean air up front seems to be the key to be helping out. But right now, a lot of pressure from the 95 and Nick Kaufman.
Yeah, he's actually doing a fantastic job early on this restart, changing up his line a little more of a diamond effect. So we'll see how that plays out 20 laps into a run, if we can get to that point again. As Braxton's just running that line I mentioned early in the broadcast, where you just kind of hug that apron area and just let the car roll, lift early, keep it low to the track limits, and then just kind of don't overdrive the exit. And that's exactly what he's doing, and it's working wonders, even on the short run, which I'm kind of more surprised about. He's got whatever he's got going hooked up very nicely. 62 laps now in the books here, Dustin. I'm going to try to sneak in a first picture-in-picture commercial break. We'll be back either at the conclusion of our messages or the caution break. We'll be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair, now available.
Chevyland's hitting the ground running this new year with the Silverado Sell-Off. Receive up to $9,000 off MSRP from your Silverado headquarters on select new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s. Shop the area's best Silverado inventory. Over 120 Silverado models to choose from. But hurry in soon, because the Silverado Sell-Off won't last long. Start the new year in high gear at the Silverado Sell-Off. Happening now at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And back full screen here. Lap number 75 underway. Getting close. 26 laps from the halfway mark of race number 3 of the 2026 Smoky Mountain Sim Racing Series. Here for the Harden Electrical 200 is this particular restart has been much cleaner. We saw one car in the wall about 5-ish laps or such after the green flag flew. Outside of that, just been your casual, slight turn 2, turn 4 type of contacts, and that's it. So, shout out to these guys for getting some things figured out, spacing this thing out really early. And Dustin, it's we're calm for once. The long run, I think we're gonna get it settled in and see who's got the long run set up.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, just a couple hiccups on that last restart, but nothing, catastrophic, nothing major. I think about the only big thing that we had seen, which we caught on camera during that picture-in-picture commercial break, another reason why we like picture-in-picture, was Bryce Hedgecock. Excellent job saving that slight contact going through the corner. Got him wicked loose. Was able to save it. And talking about contact, 45, Austin Thompson just pancaked the crap out of that turn exit wall there coming up. But it was tight quarter racing. This pack here, Jeremy, right around that 15th to 20th place, these guys have been duking it out like it is lap 195.
Yeah, we got this race going. The race lead is really strong right now. Nick Kaufman actually took the lead 2 laps ago. These guys have been running door to door for a lap and a half now. This is an awesome battle. You know, it wasn't as exciting as the other one, but this is for the race lead, and it is fantastic. We're
in
2
lap
straight
traffic
laps,
at that.
door to door. In lap traffic. I was just going to mention that. They're going to do it again. 3 wide split real quick. That lap went back to Braxton DeWeese, so that's your second lead change of the night. Oh, contact. Oh, no. Great save.
Woo.
That was so close from just destruction from the 8. Thankfully not. Now he's got to settle in, and for the first time, Dustin, he's got to worry about his aero.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it didn't look like a lot on the on the screen, but when these Gen 7 cars start to get that wobble back and forth, like you seen the 8 of Braxton DeWeese after a couple contacts like that, we dub that the death wobble. If it goes too far, these cars snap, and there's no coming back from that. So excellent save from the 8 of Braxton DeWeese on getting that that thing under control. But like you said, now he's in new territory. Now he's got to worry about that dirty air he talked about in his interview there for stage 1 break. Now he's got that dirty air, which they had before a little bit from the lap traffic. But Jeremy, we bring up that track map right now. I mean, look at this track. It is almost entirely covered right now. About the only thing open is a straightaway. That is it.
That's in front of your race leaders right now. They got a little bit of fresh air to breathe in here. And just a fun shout out here on the YouTube side, Moto Dodo. He's been talking quite a bit, so I appreciate you chiming in. But his last question, when do these ads stop? It's like, well, I told Dustin a while ago, stop accepting so many partners. You know, we have like so many commercials to cycle through, and, you know, doors are still open for more ads too. So we got to get at least one thank you, verbally or through video, for all of our partners. And I still got a big ad read to come up. Which, you know what? Let's just rail it off, Dustin. Let's just do it. Chevy Land. They have this little event you might have heard, the Silverado sell-off. You can receive up to $9,000 off your MSRP from your Silverado headquarters on select new 2026 Silverado 1500s. Shop the area's best Silverado inventory with 120 Silverado models to choose from. Hurry in soon because the Silverado sell-off won't last long. Start your year in high gear. From the Silverado sell-off happening now at Chevy Land, your Silverado headquarters, and that's chevyland.com. So if you're interested in the truck, there you go. But now I think, Moto, I got through most of them. There's a couple more I'm going to do in the back half of this broadcast, but I got to get a sip of water then here and there, and that's what we do. Dustin, why you got to accept so many partners, so many great partners?
Well,
why you got to do that to us?
So here's the thing. To answer it as simply as possible, Moto, it's broadcasting, even on the simulated side, is not something that's cheap. It's not something that's cheap for the leagues. It's not something that's cheap for the production to put it on, as we have to divvy out time, not only for the production itself, but also for prep time and all the stuff behind the scenes. There are a number of broadcast companies where their prices are they're pretty steep. We're talking $100 a broadcast, if not more. We do in part to our partners are able to offer it cheaper for the league so that it is more affordable. So for that, the trade-off is we sit here and promote them. So that way leagues like Smoky Mountain Sim Racing and the OTSS Select Series on Tuesday that we broadcast, it's more affordable for them, more affordable for the average Joes like us that maybe we're not millionaires, so we just can't, willy-nilly start throwing stuff around. It makes life a little easier. So hopefully that kind of straightens it up a little bit.
Yeah, and some of them are small partners too, like small products that does a lot just no one heard of, like iRacing iFlag. We've shouted them out from the track map a couple times. That's a really sweet LED board system that gives you all the notifications from iRacing, and we got a little heavy contact actually from one of the Harden cars, the white and blue car, Mitch Diamond 65 off of turn 2. He's had a really rough night, and he's continuing to slam this outside wall. And we saw Ray H ask or say this should be the new Lady in Black because of the. Here we go. There's some action.
This was earlier, yeah. This is during the Chevy Land ad read. And this is weird. Again, car stopped. Yeah, car stopped, tire on the racing surface, but no caution.
and driving backwards.
Yeah, and he's in a situation where he needs to turn around on a track that literally is completely full all the way around. It's nuts.
The apron is not considered the racing surface. However, I think Dover should be an exception to that because you're basically on the racing surface. You're an inch away from it. And if anybody else comes close to your car, you're just not going to have a good rest of your time here. But that's wild. No caution for that. Backwards driving, one wheel on the racing surface. That should have been a thing. But what do we know? That's why we talked about the sensitivity level. And
we just call races, Jeremy. That's what we do. We don't know no. We just call races.
We pay iRacing to be a part of their simulation. They don't pay us to broadcast.
That's right.
We can call it literally how we see it because they don't pay us. So, but if you want to, feel free. We have a.
I was about to say if they
email, you can contact us.
Yeah, if they want to. I mean, we're not going to turn it down. I mean, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, 100%. And most leagues like to run just the iRacing code because if you start to throw manual cautions like you did in the previous title of NR 2003, if you start to throw those manual cautions, things seem kind of like that's how NASCAR the past 5 or 6 years, whatnot, have had this inconsistency of throwing cautions at some points and then letting things go the other time. You create that. So a lot of leagues just run what iRacing wants to do. And nothing wrong with it. Just, it's just kind of crazy sometimes we have a head scratcher, and then other times we're like, oh, that makes perfect sense out here. We're getting really close to this halfway mark, just a couple laps away, Dustin, and things are pretty smooth sailing on this mid to long run now.
Yeah, they have. I mean, since Nick Kaufman in that 95 has taken the lead, I mean, he's set sail half a second. Hasn't stretched it out like Braxton DeWeese did in stage 1 at 2.5 seconds, give or take a tenth here or there, but has set himself comfortable. He's dealing with lap traffic just like every driver is right now. This track is completely covered all the way around from start to finish line to start to finish line. He's doing a good job. Braxton DeWeese right now hanging in there again. One of the longer runs we've had, Jeremy, since coming in here. Tires. This is where we're really going to start seeing who's going to save the tires, who's going to wear their stuff up. Austin Wheeler. We haven't talked about this guy, Jeremy. He's had a couple tough races, but finding himself right now running P3. He has been running P3 now for a hot minute. Doing an excellent job, dicing through traffic, looking to see what he can't do. He's keeping that 8 of Braxton DeWeese in striking distance right now. He's only about 4/10 off of that. So still close. We've talked about Nate Lesko, brought up his awesome Dunkaroo paint scheme. But he's been in that top 5, top 10 area most of the night. Blake Trawick, again, the Mustang, as he likes to call it, your partner in crime for the Bathurst, 12 hours of Bathurst, is looking for a good finish. I mean, he needs it. He had a tough run at Vegas last week, got caught up in the late race incident there while he's trying to rebound back, finding himself running solid top 5 right now, Jeremy. So doing a fantastic job.
And also, rotate to the 44. Moto Dodo has been shouting this man out all night long. We barely talked about him. Samuel Lawson, P8, climbing through the boards here and continuing to do that as of now. He's up 8 spots from his starting position, 16th and 8th.
Well, and
making some moves.
And actually, I mean, there's good reason for that too, Jeremy. On that, it's not just up from his starting spot, but remember, he was the one that was flagged for EOL for that a caution a few cautions back where he drifted up, and I think it was made contact with 32 and Nick Biddy. So he's had to go to the end of the longest line and has made his way back up into the top 10. So no, I mean, by no small feat. I mean, definitely driving hard. He has to keep his head on his shoulders. Don't overuse those tires. Just make it to your next pit stop.
Yeah. Oh, we got a wreck in the front stretch. Do we get a caution this time? We do. For the 6th time, the number 26 finds himself in a very particular position, Dustin. Not this part of it, but he's... This is not a rewind from 20 laps ago.
But that's a caution.
This is live.
But that's a caution. Okay. All right.
The same car in the same exact position on the track.
Oh, why?
20 laps later.
Why iRacing? I don't get it. See, and then we get cautions like
what
that.
What are the odds of the same car?
Same car, same part of the track, almost identical wreck. One was not a caution. The other one was a caution. You can't make that stuff up. But that's going to sit here and slow this up, and that's going to close it up, Jeremy. And you better believe these drivers are going to be hitting pit road for some fresh simulated Goodyear Eagles and simulated Sunoco race fuel.
I still can't get over it's the same car in the same spot 20 laps later.
Yeah, one
backwards
caution,
on the
one
front
not.
straightaway. And then the caution just even adds to it. That's great. That's good stuff. Well,
yeah, Ray. Yep. Yeah, that's it. We got the same thing. His comment, bruh, LOL. you can't make that up. I'm glad we caught it on stream, so it's locked into broadcast history. You can't make it up.
Bruh.
There it is.
I had to bring up the soundboard for that. Well, we're going to do it again and again and again here 6 times. So we're going to have a restart in the next 3 laps. Thankfully, these caution cycles are short. If you have damage, maybe you're not thankful that they're short cycled, but either way, only 1 car with damage this time around. So a lot of these guys are just thankful to come down pit road. We will see after the cycle is complete who made the stops, who did not, at least within the top 10 or such. Looks like a lot of drivers came down because that was the longest green flag run of the night. I know these guys have used 2 to 3 sets of tires. Hopefully they're not on their last set or else they're in trouble. Well, there you go. I guess that's an easier way to look at it. 3 did not pit.
These three
3 to
are
9.
also
Everybody
not
else
on the
on
lead
pit
lap.
road. So, oh, they're not. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so everybody on pit road on the lead lap. So 3 guys trying to get the wave around. Well, I should say 2 guys and a girl with Natasha Bedoin.
Yeah, we gotta get used to saying
gonna
drivers.
Take with the
drivers.
87. Yeah. You can't just say guys, because this league is going to make me not do that with the one female out here. And minus the wreck, she's been doing pretty good.
She's been having good heads up. I mean, it's hard as far as racecraft to teach a driver that when you see something like that to just back it down, back it down, back it down. But she has stayed out of a number of wrecks by backing it down and coming to a complete stop. So, I mean, hats off to her. That's something that in a number of leagues I run in that some of your veteran drivers been doing it for 15 plus years, still haven't mastered or understood the concept of that.
I won't name
And
names.
yes, she is doing very well. And Ray, I don't know who's going to spin the tires on the next restart, but we know it's a restart. We know we got fresh tires. It's a high probability. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but yeah, we'll leave it.
We've talked about it and it's happened. We have not talked about it and it's happened. So it doesn't matter what approach we take. There's a 50-50 shot that we're going to see it. 7th time the green flag is going to fly. This time on lap 108. So we're going to have just over 90 laps to go on this start. And here we go. Green flag back in the air. A little check up there from the 48 on the inside row, but it looks like it's a very clean start regardless. No tire spin. Love to see it. So no, not this time, Ray H. Not this time, but single file. Oh, we got a caution. No, hold on. Way deep in the back. Not clean in the far back
Tyler
here.
Bowling
It's
in the
going to
15.
be...
And the 5 of Bill Hagan.
Number 5 with a crazy amount of damage.
Oh, and the
Steven Harden,
27
the
of
27.
Steve Harden.
He goes for a loop-de-loo. And he's actually the one who brings it out. Him and the 69 of Kevin. No, not Kevin Bullock. Christopher Cash.
Chris Cash. Oh,
They're gonna
man.
make
That's one of
contact.
those blind hits as well. Jeez. Oh, man. The impact. Golly.
Yeah, this is back into turn 1. The 69 is going to wash up a little bit. A little bonk to Steve Harden. Send him around. That was a big wash up, Dustin. He went halfway up the track before he found a 27, and the 15 gets blindsided. We covered that.
Hedgecock just misses
the
it.
tires on
Oof.
lap 1, barely. And then here comes the 5, Bill Hagan, at some point in time here, as the 27 stops.
Locked it up. Just
There-
locked up.
there it is.
Nothing he could do. Man. Yeah, we're gonna watch it from this angle here. And like I said, oh man, a lot of wash up on that one there. Again, we just got the restart though. Tires it takes a couple laps. Tires were just starting to come to pressure a little bit. So you can't throw it in as hard as what you had been for the previous 50 laps that they were. And that's a hard thing, Jeremy, as a driver in a mindset. When you are out there and you run for 50 laps, you get acclimated to the wear on your tire, like big time acclimated to it. And then when you come in and get fresh tires and you go out there, it's scary. It's flat out scary. And Jeremy, we have a request, and you know what? I am not opposed to it. After we shout out our Christian McCrelly there, the extra lap presented by Extra Life. He is the recipient of that one there. Go get yourself another lap there. But it was requested that Natasha Bedoin, she needs an interview. And that's something that we have not done yet. And I know she has been running very well. She was running very well at Daytona. And she just in the wrong place at the wrong time, it seems.
See if we can't find her here. We got the 1 lap to go signal. It's going to be a short one, but see what we can't do. All the way down there. Let me see if I can rotate. This is where Discord gets a little tricky, dragging people when there's a long list of channels. And here we go. We're going to try to go from Biddy Family Racing up to the booth. And we're just pulling random people this time. Natasha, this is Jeremy and Dustin in the booth. I know we got just a little under a lap left here, but not the best night overall. But the driving, though, if as long as you're missing the wrecks, which you're doing a fantastic job, your driving's been pretty good. But how do you feel about this race overall?
Honestly, tonight it's just avoiding the wrecks and staying alive till the end here. Not my most comfortable track, to be honest. Spent the week practicing, but so far so good. Not horrible.
Yeah, you know what? I tell you
Not
what,
horrible.
I feel you, Natasha. I do, but I've been giving you, as well as Jeremy has, props. Your wreck avoidance. I mean, doing the smart thing, coming to a complete stop and just letting it unfold, and then just kind of trucking along. There's drivers out there that have been doing this 15 plus years that haven't mastered that yet, and just keep adding to the chaos. So you've been doing a good job at avoiding it. So keep the visor forward, man, and you be doing good.
I appreciate that, man.
All right, go get them. I'll let you go back at it.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. All right, there we go. Green flag back out here, and really spaced out restart. The top three still side by side, and there's a lot of thinning out in the middle of the field, and then there's a lot of cars too wide mid to back half of the field. Clean restart over. These guys have kind of got the restart down, Dustin. I don't see as much tire spin and a little more give and take.
Yeah, and it's, again, we talked about it at the start, Jeremy. It was going to be a learning curve, a learning process. It's a new series, new league. These drivers are getting used to each other. So not only that, they're getting used to the track as well, but they're doing a lot better as it goes. Nick Kaufman off the track, going down pit road. We're going to have to follow up on that. That is your race leader, Jeremy. Race leader down pit road. On that one, that is going to relinquish the lead to the 56 of Blake Trawick right now. The Mustang up front getting a lot of pressure from the 48 of Austin Wheeler. Side-by-side battle for the race lead as the 8 of Braxton DeWeese riding in the wings right now in third, letting these guys duke it out.
Yeah, I went back on my replay, and he just pulled off, Dustin. Like, he was full speed and just turned down the track. Not sure. Trying to get a report. Maybe I can get the race control to kind of chime in for me here, but we're going to focus on the race. As
New race leader.
I guess there was a checkup somewhere in the field, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm trying to cycle through. They're calling for caution maybe, then there didn't. We had the leader come down pit road randomly. Blake Trawick's getting his first lap sled of the night. Austin Wheeler now takes that over. A lot of stuff going on here mid-race.
Oh, yeah. So, getting some reports right now that possibly a jumped restart from the 95.
Uh-oh, that'll do it.
So, if that is indeed the case, that'll definitely do it. That's something that both the real-life NASCAR as well as leagues, they frown upon, and they try to tackle that as soon as possible. I mean, with this being a fixed setup series, I mean, drivers are always trying to do everything they can just to get that little bit of an edge. And sometimes, if that is the case, it was just a little too much. But yeah, we'll have to go back to that restart and see if indeed that could be what has taken place right now. So we're gonna watch that. We're gonna go back to that green flag restart. So this is full speed right now.
In control.
He's in control. I mean,
there was a lot of gap there.
There was, but I mean, he was in the restart zone. He's race control right now. He's a race leader.
Let's see. Let's back it up a little, or not back. Change the camera angle. We get a clear view of the Echo Park restart zone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
He hammered the throttle pretty hard.
Yeah, you see the inside track area.
Yep, he's on the throttle right before that line, and you have to maintain pace speed there. So yeah, I would have to say there's probably some accuracies to that, Jeremy. That's indeed what happened. It's 95.
Race control on point.
Yep, race control on point on that one. That's tough. I mean, trying to get that, but again, that's gonna shuffle everything up. Austin Wheeler in the 48. 80 laps to go in the Hardin Electrical 200. Austin Wheeler is your race leader. Braxton Deweese has taken over P2 right now, trying to chase down that 48. Blake Trawick right now in the 56 in third place. Solid run for him. And Jeremy, we have mentioned this man's name before, Samuel Lawson, the Jolly Green Giant himself. Yes, I've seen a picture of this guy. He's a big guy, you know what, but he's a funny guy. But, I mean, he's been making moves up in the top 5 now, cracking the top 5. He, again, got nailed with that EOL penalty for bringing out the yellow, making contact with the 32, and Nick Biddy fell all the way back outside the top 20. Outside the top 20, has made his way all the way back right now, trying to make headway. And then Brandon Finley in the 94. Solid practice times for this driver here. Has stayed out of trouble, finding himself right now in the top 5, battling the driver we were just talking about, the 44, Sam Lawson. So excellent job. And Lucas Whitehead, I'm going to go one more because I've been trying to cover the top 5, Jeremy, and if you want to cover the rest of the top 10, you can. But Lucas Whitehead in the 33, remember, he was involved in that incident where the 12 of Dylan Picklesheimer, Dill Pickle, got tight in the corner, and Arrow pushed right up into him, and he was a lap down, got the extra lap presented by Extra Life about 50-ish laps ago, 60 laps ago, and he's just outside the top 5.
Yeah, 10-4 on that there, and let's run the full Nerd TV Top 10 recap a little bit halfway in this thing. Why not? Let's do it. So Nick Biddy out there in 7th. There's so many drivers, Dustin, that are just so different from their starting positions. Nick Biddy, he's up 8 spots. Jeremiah Nelson, he's up 3. He's been one of the really consistent guys as far as the scoring pylon is concerned. Car number 21, Dylan Picklesheimer, very stagnant. That 12 car has been in some wrecks, so he's been flopping up and down. But right now, just on the numbers alone, only down 1 spot. Dana Ryan, haven't talked about this number 1 hardly at all tonight. He's up 9 positions. They're currently the last car in P10. That's a Nerd TV Top 10 recap as we are 73 laps to go in this event. And honorable mentions. Samuel Lawson being up 12 positions. That's a great move. A great amount of passing. 12 cars.
There's your game.
Even with an EOL. Great heads up there. Christian Maccarelli up 9. There you go. I love this feature. We actually need to bring this out more. I kind of forgot to tell you to use it, but look at that. Hayden, car number 30, up 15 positions. Kevin Bullock,
his teammate, up 21.
21. Yeah. That's your biggest mover. That's insane. I know there's a lot of strategy going on with, how many cautions have flown, but crossover, that 44 cut that close, didn't he?
Oh, cut it close. Little contact there. That's going to be with the 94 of Brandon Finley. These guys have been racing hard. Contact with the wall does Brandon Finley. The 33 of Lucas Whitehead back there as well, trying to duke it out. And then you got the 32 of Nick Biddy. Jeremy, this is all for position. All 4 of these drivers right now. And, I mean, it tight-knit racing. Almost contact there going in the corner, but these drivers are not giving an inch right now.
Nope, not giving an inch. At least a lot of them are out here. Just, it's a handling game, and it's also, oh, by the way, there's cars around you at the same time, so you got to fight multiple things. And then you're trying to find, oh, there it is, contact.
Rewind.
Oh,
no, back to 2.
We got a little beef here on the radio. We got beef segment out here, the 4494 hashing out on the chat.
This track will do it.
Keep an eye on this race.
Or as Moto says, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing. Well, they're definitely rubbing, my friend.
Oh, 94 gets loose, crossover, lost it. No, almost tries to go back up the track. The 94
what a
blocks,
save!
and then he turns him. Great save. No way.
What a
save. Brandon Finley just, holy cow. Yeah, let's go back. That's an honorable mention right there. Best save of the year.
So loose off,
Brandon.
loose off at turn 4. That checks it up. 44 of Lawson goes to the inside. 94 does not give any room. He's up to the rear tire. He has the position and got pinched down there. I mean, that's how I'm seeing it, Jeremy. I'm just calling it as I see it. I mean, that's technically the racecraft rules. You know, if you get to the rear tire with the nose, you have that position. Got pinched. We already talked about a little bit of beef, but look at that save the 94 made. Gonna lose some positions. Gonna dirty up those tires, picking up all that rubber. But man, what a save.
Yeah, that was really good stuff there. Now, radio became quiet after that between the two, so visor down, head down, and the focus is to get back to where you were. And so we'll keep that highlighted as this race still progresses. 365 laps to go. We're going to take our final picture-in-picture. Thank our sponsors one last time, and then we'll be here to the checker flags. We'll be right back.
This one's for you, Moto.
And back to full screen early. And Dustin said this one's for Moto. Well, we shortened it up for you.
Just for
a
you,
lot
Moto.
of it. As the 40, yeah, the 45 just gets obliterated by the number 2, Brandon Pitty, washes right up into Austin Thompson. Just heavy contact. The story of the night is tight, tight, tight. These two feel it, and just Samuel Lawson just gets absolutely destroyed because of it. And there's the number 5. I think it's again once more, just wrong place. That's actually number 1. Dana Ryan up a lot of spots. Not so much now with the damage on the nose of that car. And like you just see the 2, Brandon, just so tight, man.
Oh.
And things happen quick here at Dover.
Yeah, heavy impact for the 44, Sam Lawson. 45 of Austin Thompson. Already talked about Brandon Biddy. Contact with the 1. Contact there might not be too bad, but man, the other 3 definitely heavy contact to those machines, Jeremy. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt big time.
Lots and lots and lots of repairs to be had here on this caution cycle. I think we're gonna go right back to where we just were, because I got something to take care of real quick. Back to picture-in-picture. We'll be back before the drop of the green flag.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy jerky. The original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
And we are back, getting ready to go green flag racing. As we get the green flag, 48 of Austin Wheeler leads it. Tire spin out of the 56 of Blake Trawick, if I could talk. Side by side now with the 33 of Lucas Whitehead. Braxton DeWeese behind him, now trying to pull forward. Dead heat battle down the backstretch. Drag race into 3. Trawick going to drift up the track. Lucas Whitehead's going to take over P2. And right now, oh man, almost contact between the 56 and 8, Jeremy.
Then we're almost 3 wide there, backwards a little bit in the field. There's also a lot of action here on this restart. And it is go time. These guys, for the 24. Oh my God. That just, it's going to be no caution. But oh my, he just ate the wall. A literal metric ton of damage. That car is gone. Number 24. That is driver Tyler Robinson. And I'm surprised that those tires are still connected to that car. Watch this impact if we can get a replay of it. Man, oh man. Well, he's looking for it. Dustin trying to find it. He's still got a live camera on the front straightaway. Great views of the race currently going on here. And there we go. He's got the clip.
Yep. You're gonna have to
We're
fast
gonna
forward.
Take it back from the restart.
Nope.
It's okay.
You're gonna have to go forward from the restart.
I know we saw it in live, but still, that contact was impressive. Sorry, we have to go. I thought it would have been keyed up, man. The newer
It
stuff
did
on
not
this,
did not register as a crash because it was off the surface.
off the surface. That is nuts. That should be a 2x clickable.
Boom! My
Nope,
God!
right on all 4 wheels off the wall. The engine's still somehow running. The car's able to drive. These cars are tanks out here.
Well, don't say that to the 44 Sam Lawson, as he had to pull his machine behind the wall.
Well, that's true.
Heavy impact on that. A lot of beat up cars tonight, Jeremy, but this track will do it. This track is tough. Like I said, you're not careful, it will reach out and bite you. I know the comment has been made that why this track is not called Too Tough to Tame, but that title's held by Darlington Raceway, which is equally as challenging as tough as what this track can be tonight. But right now, Austin Wheeler out front, leading the way. 33 of Lucas Whitehead back in the podium. Again, was involved in an incident about 80 laps ago, almost 100 laps ago, Jeremy, that put him a lap down, got the extra lap by extra life award, and is now trying to chase down the 43 of Austin Wheeler. Braxton DeWeese in 3rd place, has not been able really to get back up to that leading contention that he was so strong in at the entire stage 1 and the start of stage 2, but still up here running good. Blake Trawick running P4, led some laps, good side-by-side battle, but the restart and the tire spin cost him on that one there, dropping from leading the outside row back to 4th right now, battling with the likes of the 32 of Nick Biddy, Jeremy.
I'm kind of like scratching my head here, Dustin. I don't know if I'm just stupid impressed with how the top 2, Austin Wheeler and Lucas Whitehead, have adapted to how this race has played out. They've learned and figured out the car and how it handles at Dover, and they've just found the speed. Or is it the fact that Braxton DeWeese, with maybe track conditions changing, the weather changing, the overall just feel of the track, maybe Braxton's just lost the handling of this car, because this 8 car has no damage. He's just literally just been running, and once he lost the lead to the 95, he's not been able to get it back. And so he's still running in top 3, like it's still a fantastic race, but he was so much faster than the rest of the field the first 50 plus laps. I'm kind of surprised he's not able to get back to that point, and he's struggling a little bit with a tight handling car. He's been changing his lineup a little bit, and so it's either the front 2 have really just adapted, or Braxton's just kind of lost the feel of it due to how those races played out.
Yeah, and I mean, it could be a multitude of anything, Jeremy, that could lead to what's going on. I mean, he has found himself back there in traffic, doesn't have that clean air, has that dirty air. Car doesn't look like it's damaged. Remember, he did have some contact with the 95 earlier on when they were doing some hard battling. That's a 95 of Nick Kaufman. Don't know if maybe that pushed in something on that right front, but I mean, it didn't look substantial. And he's had a number of pit stops since then. So, I mean, if there was damage, I would expect that that's been fixed. So, it could be that the likes of Austin Wheeler and Lucas Whitehead have really adapted and learned this car and track combo in the last 150 laps, as we got 47 to go, Jeremy. I mean, it could be a culmination of everything, but we still got 47 laps to go. A lot could happen right now. Nick Biddy moved up, passing Blake Trawick right now for P4. Dylan Picklesheimer right now, P6. Jeremiah Nelson in that 21. You talked about him in the top 10 recap. He's still running solidly in the top 10. Excellent run for that 21 machine. Brandon Finley, we talked about the beef that he had with the 44 Sam Lawson as they went back and forth, and then that excellent save. Car still looks loose, though, from the camera angles we have. Still driving in that top 10. Nate Lesko. Jeremy, I don't think this guy's really left the top 10. I mean, besides cycling maybe through pits or anything else, but he's been comfortably in that top 10. And Kevin Bullock. Jeremy, we haven't talked about this guy enough tonight. And the reason why I say that is your biggest mover right now. All right. He started 34th in the top 10 right now, running in 10th position. Fantastic run for Kevin Bullock in that 0-1 Harden electrical machine. Good showing for that driver as well. And I love it when you see drivers that overcome things like this. And even Michael Hayden right now behind him. That's up 19 positions. That's your second highest mover right now. So both of them not really leaving each other. They're right there. Hayden started 30th up to 11th. So, Jeremy, they're putting themselves in positions when they need to be, and that's in the closing laps of this Harden Electrical 200.
Yeah, a lot of solid performances throughout this entire field. And a couple of mentions here. One, continued support there on the YouTube and Twitch. We're still holding 6 to 7 live on Twitch, which is right where we need to see it. Love to see it. And then 16 to 17 on the YouTube side. We've seen a high as 21. So just thank you guys once more for pitching in with your comments and having some fun. Asking for the AMR safety crew interviews. Well, I don't know
I would love
league
that.
racers with their park. They hang
I would
around.
love that. We need to do that section.
Could you imagine?
Pull them in after that, after they pull it behind the wall and everything else, and pull them in for an interview after they've been cleared from the simulated medical center. I love it.
A lot of drivers don't hang out, but if their team is so tightly bound, then maybe they'll hang out in the team channel and wait for the end. Depends on who's running with who. That'd be kind of fun, though, so we'll chalk that up as an idea for this year. And my other honorable mention was, well, not honorable, but this league has a couple of sponsors that I want to touch base on before we get to the conclusion of race number 3, because they help kind of support the OT or the Smoky Mountain Sim Racing here, as I almost make the wrong call out there. But BK Designs specializes in high quality custom iRacing paints for just $25 with $15 redos. So whether if you're looking for a sleek professional look or a bold eye-catching design, look no further than BK Designs. Find them on Facebook. Then you got Wheelers Painting, which is Wheelers Painting and More, turning houses into homes. Find them also on Facebook. And then Whitehead Auto Detailing. Make sure your vehicle feels as good as new to you. And again, find them on Facebook for more information. And that is it as far as ads go. So I think we're all cleared up on that. 37 laps to go in this thing. And Braxton's back to P2. Austin is pulled away from first. Lucas, however, has dropped back quite a bit. He is getting stupid tight in this 33.
Yeah, it's as the laps start to wear on, my fear is that possibly heated those tires up. He was getting very racy, trying to stick with the 48. Had to make some passes to get up there. He had a pass to get around Braxton DeWeese, had to pass to get around Blake Trawick. Could have used that stuff up. Ray, and the YouTube chat also says arrow loose off of 2. That is a terrible area. That you have that treacherous bump through 2, and as rigid as these cars are, especially with the arrow assistance, so to speak, it's tough. It really is. I mean, these are probably some of the most rigid cars that NASCAR's put out, Jeremy. That I mean, the real life drivers can feel every bump that these things do, and I feel like we can feel every bump that these drivers are hitting just watching them go over these sometimes. So I mean, they're a tough car to drive.
It is, and I love me some Dover, and I kind of wish I was in the car. There's not too many races I want to jump into when it comes to the Gen 7s, and this track is one of them. It took me 10 years to like Dover, and then I've never not liked it since. So we got 16 on the lead lap, so over half the field is 1 lap down or more. Kind of gives you an idea. With all the cautions, you would think that we would have more, but nope. It is such a tough place, a lot of damage, and 16 guys have survived it without falling 1 lap to the race leader, which is currently held by the number 48 Austin Wheeler, which he has been on the lead for like the past 40-ish laps, and just putting on a strong performance from that Wheeler's Painting Chevrolet. And 54, a little bit more than the 40s, 54 laps led from the driver of the 48. No pressure from behind. He's actually increased his gap between him and Braxton to 1.2 seconds, which is the largest lead that Austin's had. Caution, never mind, we're going to erase that. Pull out the whiteboard eraser. We're going back to button these things up, as the wreck is going to be in turn number 1, multi-car wreck. Going to involve, well, the initial one's going to be from the 30 car, one of the biggest movers of the night, Michael Hayden, and the 45 Austin Thompson.
Yeah, as we're watching, this was the aftermath there. That's Austin Thompson. Oh, the one of Dana Ryan just comes in and clears it out there as they wash back up the track. You have the 104. That's Christian McCrelly there getting involved in it as well. You said that this involved the 30 of Michael Hayden on this one here. So
yeah,
we're gonna go back and take a gander and see what happened here. So this was side by side racing right now.
He's just gonna drive down into 45 here.
Yeah, got loose on corner exit. Get slightly loose off exit there. Comes down into the corner of the 45, and off and around she goes. And then, I mean, like I said, we've covered what happened. There's the 104 getting involved in there. 95, Nick Kaufman cuts down pit road to miss everything as Dana Ryan has to take the other route, which he probably wished he was able to take the route that the 95 of Nick Kaufman was able to take, because it did not work out for him in the end.
Yeah, Dana had I think initially his plan was to slow down for that. He made a little move to the inside, and then his car got loose getting to the corner, and then he just, drove it so deep into the turn number 1. And there's the pit road exit. It's a lot of 2 wide racing off exit here. And 9th caution. We're 1 caution away from tying last week at 10 cautions, which I think we got plenty of chances to do such. And you know what, Dustin? We talked to a stage winner. We've talked to someone who's multiple laps down. Now I think we're going to talk to the number...
Talk to our biggest
Let's bring in
mover.
our race leader.
Are you okay? Race leader or biggest mover? One of the two.
The biggest mover was what, the 1 or the 30 that got erased.
No, no.
I guess Michael Hyde. Well, Michael Hyde, he's still up there.
No, but Kevin.
He's gonna get the EOL for the wreck.
Yeah, Kevin Bullock was the biggest mover. But you know what? Bring in the race leader. Yeah, bring in the race leader. He sat here and said bring him in as an in-race reporter before, so let's make it happen.
All right, Austin Wheeler from Smoky Mountain Racing. Here we go. Austin Wheeler, this is Jeremy and Dustin in the booth. What's going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
Just under 1 lap left for this restart. Won't keep you long, but 50-ish laps ago. You took the race lead, have not looked back. What do you have it in you to keep this 8 behind you and get the checker flag?
Hopefully we got it all in us. We're going to see what we got here. Just need to get a good launch, get a little bit of gap, and don't make any mistakes. Try to keep it going forward.
All right, man. The car's been running stout, keeping it very clean. Good job here tonight. We got just under 30 laps left. Go get them, and we'll talk to you here soon.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. All right, just a real quick there because we're going into turn number 3 on this restart happening on lap 174. 27 laps to go, I do believe, is going to be the restart lap count. And here we go. We got a lot of beef on this in-game radio. I can almost not hear my voice. These guys are getting at it. 9 cautions at Dover. What do you expect? Short track tempers are flaring, and here we go. Green flag back in the air for the 10th time, and a lot of spacing mid-pack.
Yeah. Oh, Braxton DeWeese!
Caution.
Oh, man, that was so many close calls. Oh, my goodness, Jeremy. I can't tell you how many close calls that was. We're going to go into the
5, Bill Hagan. He got it.
Oh.
We're going to see it after this one, but this was loosey-goosey on cold tires.
Yep, and then just slight contact there from the 33. Oh, man, that looked like that was Hedgecock. Hagan got it, but that's because he was pinched down. But, I mean, as far as contact, there wasn't any contact anymore with Braxton DeWeese on that one. Let's see if we can't get a better angle here going in.
Maybe there was contact.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell even from that camera angle.
Yeah, it almost looked like that there might have been slight contact, but it's so hard to tell. It might have been a little net code too. I know that's something that iRacing doesn't like to hear, that dreaded word net code. But it could have been a little bit of that in there as well with some of it. But you said it best, Jeremy. Short track tempers, man. I know people don't look at Dover as a short track, but there's certain.
I do.
Yeah, I do, because there's certain tracks that they just breed that type of mentality because of the type of racing that it produces, and this is definitely one of those tracks that produces that short track style mentality, and you do, man. It brings out the short track beefs almost all the time, especially when you get a lot in here. But I tell you what, I'm gonna shout out, flipping from short track beefs to a positive. The extra lap presented by Extra Life. Clay Sampson getting a lap back. Trying to trek forward as much as what he can. That front nose has seen better days, Jeremy, but a lot of these cars battered and beat up, but they're trucking forward, trying to make it to the end.
I asked Austin Wheeler right before that last restart. I asked him, what are you going to do to keep the 8 behind you? I promised there was nothing behind that comment, as that quickly got washed away. Now he's got Lucas right behind him, Blake Treywick, Nick Biddy, Nate Lesko. 1 to go here is going to be lap 178. It's going to be on the restart here. 23 to go at the line this time around, as they're going to stack them up again. And, well, Dustin, 20 cautions in 2 races, 10 each. Race number 1 was way cleaner. After this, I'm gonna tell you, almost every driver is gonna be happy to get to a normal cookie cutter track that's not Las Vegas. I feel like once they get to a more smoother surface that's not so difficult, they're gonna be like, thank you, we can only have a couple cautions maybe, because this has been brutal the first couple. A lot of flipping and flopping. It's caused a lot of drama and a lot of stuff for us to talk about. I told you in the pre-race, you said I was not going to leave you high and dry like I did on Tuesday to call the race by itself. And I said, Dover will just give me something to talk about. And, but I'm so glad, man, because there's been a lot of everything today.
Yeah, there really has been. His pace car's off. We are ready to go back to green flag racing. 48 Austin Wheeler, 33 Lucas Whitehead leading the charge right now. Green flag flies. Gotta watch the tires spin. From drivers, looks like a clean start. Jeremy all the way back. Austin Wheeler out to lead right now. Blake Trawick right now in P2.
Oh, no.
Nate, let's go. Oh,
Nick
pinching.
Biddy.
Oh, man, everybody checks up, but they're able to keep it going. That was close. And Jeremy, you had made mention about drivers looking forward to getting to a normal track. There was talks from the admins because of the fixed setup and how tight it was that they feared that it could lead to complications. They were putting a vote up to look to try to change the track and put this track later in the season so that they had time to adjust the setup, get it to where it drove a little bit better. But ultimately, they decided to run this race, and I guarantee you there's going to be some drivers that are going to be sore after this one. Both egos and shoulders and elbows and everything in between. But right now, we have 21 laps to go. Austin Wheeler out to a big lead, almost a full second right now over the 56 of Blake Trawick as the 33 Lucas Whitehead battling with the 20 of Nate Lesko.
I'm really surprised that Nick Biddy, who slammed the wall for turn 2 on that last restart just a handful of laps ago, is able to not drop back as far as what he did. That car should be destroyed as they're still grinding through the track here. Hear a lot of hitting the walls throughout this place still from where my speakers are mounted and whatnot. But this race back here in 5th, 6th, 7th, it is very insane right now as we're in the very closing stages. Under 20 laps to go, 19 remaining, 18 and a half really on the back straightaway. Nick makes some contact with Dylan into turn number 3 as we're looking at the 94. Beef earlier with the 44. This is Brandon Finley on the outside of the 21. Jeremiah Nelson. Good battle there. They go back single file momentarily.
Yeah, and again, Ray on the YouTube side. Again, we appreciate you guys shouting out and joining in. We love bringing you guys in. This is in regards to your comment about Dover always delivers content for you to talk about. Ray says, yes, lots of storylines, though, and now lots of beef as well. So, yeah, we as broadcasters, we love storylines because as broadcasters, it's our job to bring you guys closer to the drivers in their simulated rig. And what better way than to build those storylines so that you guys can build those connections as well. I mean, no different than real racing, Jeremy. But 16 laps to go as your race leader. Austin Wheeler crosses the line. Race is winding down in the Hardin Electrical 200. Austin Wheeler out to a 1.3 second lead right now over the 56 of Blake Trawick. 33 of Lucas Whitehead still in close battle with that 20. And Nate Lesko in the Dunkaroos. Sponsored machine. I love Dunk. Okay, I love it.
About to make a flight of hostess vehicles. Oh no, Nick Biddy! Oh, just gets turned.
Wow,
there's still no caution.
That was.
But Nick Biddy, or was it Nick?
No, that was the 104. That was the 104 of Christian McCrelly.
Yellow flag out. First caution thrown by race control.
Wow.
They had to do it. That wreck was just nuts, man. Clipped by the 33. Absolutely destroyed the outside. And car was parked on the outside. Yeah, we're going to have to go back and take a look at this. Only car affected was the 104, but the 33 barely clips. So Lucas clips Christian. And that he just got hooked to the right going into turn 3. That's like worst case scenario.
Oh.
Bam. And just dunkaroos him right there into the wall.
Holy moly. We're going to try to get a different angle on this. I don't know. I mean, he's in the wall right now going down the backstretch. The 56 of Blake Trawick gets by without any issue. He's in the third lane. I mean, there's still 2 lanes down below there. I mean, he could have gotten up higher, that far off pace. He could have gotten up higher. The same sense, there's 2 lanes down below too. I feel that that's an area where communication, could have prevented something like that from happening. I mean, you can go both ways. There could have been stuff done on both sides, but communication probably definitely would have helped out on.
And there was a question on the YouTube of why he was so off pace. Well, 104 had been a wreck in prior laps, like quite a few laps prior. And so he's just kind of logging laps until the race was ended. And, it's just one of those things where you're just kind of joyriding until the end to maximize points. But he's finally going to pull at 104. Going to finally pull it off the track and park it, the engine smoking. Christian done for the evening. There's 11th caution, Dustin, setting the new record here for Smoky Mountain Sim Racing. 10 last week, 11 this week. Austin Wheeler here, and 48. He's looking comfortable, Dustin. All the really, truly fast guys from the first half of the race, not here. They're not with him. So Blake's been on a great performance. He's done fantastic. He's just not at the speed of the 48. Nate Lesko, same deal. Brandon Finley, same. Like the 95, Nick Kaufman, who's P5. He was the second fastest driver in the first half of the race until he had that EOL penalty for jumping the start. He's recovered back to 5th. I just, with going to be 10 laps to go on the restart, I don't know if he's got time to find the 48.
Yeah, he's going to have to try. I mean, he really is. This is the time now. We are going to get the restart with 10 laps to go, 10 laps to get it down. Again, we've had a number of laps, Jeremy, on these tires so far. 18 laps on these on this set of tires. That's 18 laps since these cars were last on pit road. Tire spin is going to be a thing. This restart is going to be key over any other restart that includes the initial start of the race, anything. This is going to be key. They're going to want to try to get going. Blake's either way, even if Blake finishes where he's at right now, it's a huge rebound from last week at Las Vegas when he was collected in that last incident there towards the end of the race that put him further back after literally running up in the top 10 all night long. So anything would be a good change. We do know the 95 has got some speed. He's looking to try to get something done, Jeremy. Pace car off right now. We're looking to get this thing set to go. 10 laps remain in the Hardin Electrical 200. Green flag flies. 48, Austin Wheeler leads them way. Blake Trawick, excellent restart. The rest of the inside lane does not go. Blake dives down to the inside as the 95 is going to follow suit. Nate Lesko is going to find himself in 4th. And we got contact, but we're off to the races.
48, great clearance here. 56.95, here comes Nick, the 95. Can he get to the 48 of Austin Wheeler? He's got just a half a car length or so to pass the 56, who Blake is putting on a fantastic run to keep him at bay in 3rd place. Doing a great job at the moment, but not enough. Nick Kaufman just a little too fast for the 56. Now, open track. Can the 95 run down the 48? That's the question. And Ray H, no, Christian is not available. He is not on Discord, so no AMR post-rec interview for the driver of the 104.
We're going to work on that
section.
Single
filed out here in the top 10.
We're going to work on that section, though. That segment. That's a good one. We'll talk with league admins and see if we can get something squared
Could
away.
you imagine
right.
being wrecked and then being asked to go to Discord? My God. How many people are going to apply for that? Oh, caution 12. Caution number 12 on the speedway. This one we're going to find probably in turn 1. Yep, there's the 26 who has a very eventful front straightaway.
Oh, man. And that was Michael Hayden doing some crazy wheelies after wall contact there. What was that?
Car was broke. That car broke. I think the right front maybe broke. I saw the jumping too.
Yeah.
That tells me something broke in the front.
Look how rigid these cars are. Look at how rigid they are.
He can't turn because he's bouncing. The wheels are off the ground.
Oh, man. The 45, Austin Thompson just misses that as well. 5 of Bill Hagan just misses it.
Yeah, this just 30 got way too tight.
And that's not what the
nothing he
48
could
wanted
do.
to see at all. He wanted that to stay green. He wanted to try to stretch that out. The lead that he did have, I mean, it wasn't as big as what it was prior to the caution before this one, but he wanted to try to maintain that. Now the 95 is going to be with him. 95 tries to fake to go to the pits. No takers. Nate Lesko in the 20 is the first taker to go down pit road to get a set of freshies right now, but everyone else stays out. Now, Jeremy, that's a bold call. It's great to have the fresh tires, but here's the thing. He's going to have to pass all those cars to make that up, and by the time we get the green flag, you're looking at 3 laps to go, 3 to 4 laps of green flag racing to go before we see that checkered flag. I don't think it's going to work.
To answer your question, Ray, yeah, everyone's got fuel to make it all the way, especially this late. If they needed fuel, this would be premium time to go get some fuel. Since no one came down for that, at least in the top half of the field, then that's it. They have got what they got. That's it. Can Nick Kaufman, now starting in second place, get to Austin Wheeler? Austin's going to need the restart of his life, and he's not going to have any tire spin. And then he's got to hold off for 3 laps, the driver of the 95, Nick Kaufman. Blake maybe takes advantage of or something between the 95 and the 48. Who knows there? Things can happen. We've seen wrecks early on restarts. It could be a 13th. Who knows? We got 3 green-white checkered attempts we can utilize if needed. As we're approaching 2 hours live here on the YouTube and Twitch. Appreciate you guys. Still 16 viewers on YouTube, 6 holding strong on Twitch. And here we go. 1 lap to go.
Love you guys and gals. Much appreciated.
110%. Agree with that. Dustin, 13 cautions, or do you think we have an epic finish here?
If we have another caution, I think it's going to be on this restart. I think it's going to be tire spin. I think that's what could be the culprit to bring it out, because these drivers are going to be chopping at the bit to try to get the best restart they can, try to maximize everything they can. And I don't think these tires now that have had 20 to 25 laps on them, I think 25. Well, why am I even guessing? We got a stat. Oh, look at that, 25. I was right on the money. You got 25 laps on them.
Yeah, look at you.
They're not going to be able to maintain it. So if we're going to have a caution, it's going to be on that restart. If we don't get it on that restart or going into turn 1 and 2, then I don't think we have a wreck until after the white flag.
Pace car down, throttles up the ready. Don't jump, don't jump. Looks clean, green flag. Back in the air for the 13th time in the 48. Great start. Nick slightly has a little tire spin. It's going to allow Blake Trawick to the inside of the 95. Going to get door to door into turn 1 and turn 2. Nick's going to sideswipe the 56, get a great run off exit. A lot of cars making contact to the outside off of turn 2. Austin Wheeler, 5 car length advantage over the 95 as we got 2 laps remaining.
Yeah, 2 laps remaining this time by as they come through. Drivers trying to bid for every position possible. Nick Biddy drifts up the track in front of Brandon Finley.
Oh, no!
Oh, and there she be. That was all she wrote. Gonna be our first attempt at a green-white checkered as the caution comes out. Jeremy, we were half a lap away from me calling it right. Just, I guess I called it right on the amount of laps. I couldn't get 2 right.
I guess not. 94. Finley did have other favors to take care of, Nick Biddy being one of them. And let's back it up a little bit further, if you don't mind. I want to see if this brewed from an earlier moment in the lap, because there was a couple of contacts involved in that spin. And see, it's all clean here. I don't see any issues through the back straightaway. Nick Biddy on the inside of Brandon. Still no contact, There's some contact. Doesn't put him in the wall, but it kept it really close. That's fair. That's a good race. And then, oh, okay. So the 32, Nick, but he just got loose.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
so
had to
that was
chase-
just complete on accident by Nick.
Had to chase it up the track on that one there. And unfortunately, chased it up the track right in front of the front bumper there of the 94 Brandon Finley. Finley, again, couldn't check up. I mean, even if he's out of the throttle, I mean, he tried. And then contact was made. The 32 was already loose. That's why he had to chase it up the track. And that light contact there was enough to just finish it off. And off to the races she went.
For the 13th time, we got the yellow flag flying. This is our first green-white checker to not just the race, but the season, Dustin. As our 13th plus one extra lap. I guess 12th, really. Brandon Biddy, car number 2, going around, getting his lap back. And there we are, 5 total lead changes after all this chaos. As there is your Brandon Biddy, currently 13th, getting his lap back. So there'll be 13 on the lead lap here.
I'll just put everything on the screen.
Let me just verify. Yeah, he should be back on lead lap after this one. And we're going to re-rack them, restack them, do it all again. I'm sure Austin Wheeler, Dustin, was not too happy about that caution. He had a great restart over the 95, able to catch Nick with a little bit of tire spin. Then Blake came in and tried to race him. And so it allowed a lot of separation between the 48 and the 95. And now he has to hope for that same scenario all over again.
Yeah, he's got to hope for a restart just like that. He's got to have a better restart than the 95 of Kaufman. Whether that means Kaufman tire spins, whether that means that it's a decent restart by both. But the 56 of Blake Trawick is able to get to the inside of Kaufman and race him, which will allow Wheeler to stretch out that lead a little bit. He's gonna have to be on the ball. He's got to have one more good one. We have got to stay green until we get that white flag, and then Austin's got to finish it off. As a driver, this is probably one of the toughest things, especially after you've already hit your restarts a number of times coming up. I mean, we hit a restart with 10 laps to go. Then we hit a restart again with 3 laps to go. Now we have to sit here and hit a restart again. It's almost like, if anybody watches football, it's almost like a team icing out an opposing team's kicker. That's what it is. It can sometimes get in the driver's head. Austin Wheeler just has to maintain his composure, keep doing what he's been doing.
Pace car down, throttles at the ready for the 14th time. And green flag, the 40 is going to restart almost dead smack center of the restart zone. And the 95 Nick Kaufman matches it. This is going to be a drag race here. 2 more laps to be had, potentially more, as we have 2 more restart attempts if needed. Oh, Austin with the block. Oh my, and he's going to block to the inside. Excellent drive by Austin. No bumper there. 48 Austin, man, what a wheel, man. This is white flag, 1 to go, presented by absolutely nobody. Contact 95-48.
Oh, we got wrecking in the back here, but we're going to watch the action up front right now. 95 goes way wide. That's going to help Austin out. Blake Trawick on the inside now. Nothing but clear. Braxton DeWeese to the inside for P3 right now. Going to try to take P3, but it is all Austin Wheeler, and the 48 going to drive it home for his first victory of the season.
And well earned. Those blocks were perfectly timed. Made the 95 work overtime himself in that cockpit to try to get that pass completed. And at the end of the day, 48 with the checker flag in hand. That was a fantastic restart. Great driving. Congratulations, Austin Wheeler.
Yeah, did what he had to, like you said. I mean, excellent executed blocks. I mean, you have to do that. I mean, there's an artwork to executing proper blocks without putting yourself or the other driver at risk, and he did exactly what he had to. They both were driving it. I mean, super hard. Overdrove the corners because they were pushing it so deep in. But and for those that have dirty minds, don't take that the wrong way. I already know where you guys are going. No. But excellent drive for the 48. Good rebound for the 95. Remember, he had that penalty mid-race for jumping the restart, able to come back to finish podium with the Nerd TV podium. Braxton DeWeese, remember he had contact. He sat here and had that good save, no contact, or didn't get hit by anybody else, comes back. Blake Trawick, excellent job. Just misses the podium again, but excellent rebound from the Las Vegas finish he had last week.
2 ponies tied together with a bow tie up there at the front as he burns it down. 48 Austin Wheeler. Well-earned victory. Small burnout here. You're going to try to do a straight liner and very little tire smoke. But this is way harder when the banking's over 10 degrees on the straightaway. This is no easy task here. He's doing a fantastic job doing that straightaway burnout. Holding the brake, holding the gas at a certain percentage. Making it look easy. Does not make wall contact. He doesn't know our rules here in the booth yet when it comes to wall contacts during burnouts. But while he's doing his celebrations, here's your unofficial results for this evening's race. Here we go. Austin Wheeler, Nick Kaufman, Braxton DeWeese, top 3. Going to be talking to us in just a minute. Oh, there's the contact. You see it. Sorry, Austin. You're tagged. Blake Trawick. Dylan Picklesheimer is going to round out the top 5. Jeremiah Nelson, 6th. Brandon Finley, 7th. Nate Lesko, 8th. Bryce Hedgecock in 9th. And Kevin Bullock from 24 positions back finishes in P10. 11 through 20, Nick Biddy in 11th, Christopher Cash 12th, Brandon Biddy 13th, Clay Sampson 14, Natasha Bedoin 15, David Mayberry 16, Michael Hayden in 17th, Mitch Diamond 18th, Christian Macrelli in 19th, Lucas Whitehead finishes in 20th, and then 21st on back just by name is Bill Hagan, Austin Thompson, Dana Ryan, Raymond Bell, Samuel Lawson, Tyler Robertson, Jamal Love, CJ Gates, Tyler Bowling, Stephen Harden in 30th, Charles Whitehead in 31st. Then you got Dylan Ellis, Eddie Baker, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Jonathan Hill, and Robert Hottenbach, who went up on all 4s early in this race, obliterating the 10. Those 2 guys finished on the same lap, 35th and 36th. We got our top 3, Dustin. You know what that means. Victory Fuel post-race coming at you live. Cameras on the screen. Drivers at the ready. And the man who started first place, one of the really faster cars here tonight. We talked to you for the stage win. Man, when you lost the lead, you never got it back. Was it the track conditions? Was it handling? What was it, man?
Just me not hitting my marks. Pretty much it. Did not drive on the right rear or just less on the right front like I did the first time. Should have honed in a little bit more there, but you know, it is what it is. We caught a lap car at the wrong time there off of 2, and Nick was able to go low for a 3-wide move, and that took the lead, and I couldn't really do anything. I mean, there was a restart where I started, second. Nick ended up going early there, and I wasn't expecting that because, well, it was before the box and didn't get that good of a start. Had I got a good start, I think I would have been able to hold on there because Austin was able to get around and pretty much hold on for the rest of the race. But, you know, anything could have happened. You know, I was told that there was some netco there into 1. I felt like I was a little low either way. Probably should have been just a little bit higher, just to be a little bit more safer, to give us more of an opportunity to actually go for Austin there at the end. But nonetheless, it's still good to be able to claw back and get the 3rd. You know, these consecutive runs are only good for the points championship.
Yeah, 100% big picture view there. Glad to hear that. And this track is so difficult. Mentally, it's fatiguing when you have all these cautions. We had 12 cautions plus the last wreck there on the 1 to go. It's so mentally fatiguing. So for you to hit your marks 200 laps here at Dover, that alone just by yourself is a tough task. So you did a great job overall. I brought home P3. Any shout outs, anyone you want to thank, or just anything in general for tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to Food Ips Ice Cream Shop. They recently have had a passing in the family, so you know I was able to win last night for them. I was hoping I could be able to go back to back, but You got to hit your marks at all times. So we'll try to go to Texas next week. I believe it's where we're at, and try to get ourselves another win. But shout out to them. They're definitely a big support to my sim racing career as well as my real life racing career now that has just began. So big shout out to them as well as Interstate Ford, Stake Time, Out Arts Images, Deweese Renovations, Elevated TV, Paid Leave, Wood Nickel Band, Ghost Train, Short Track Report, Scrubbing Tires Media, Evan Pineda Designs, Our Pizza House in Winchester, Indiana. They serve pizza at the Winchester Speedway, and they've helped us roadster fellas out, so appreciate them. And also a big shout out to Brandon Oakley Race Cars. It's been one hell of a time working there past few days, past week, so looking forward to the future with that. But I've been pretty consistent with a lot of my leagues here recently. I've been finishing pretty much inside like the top 5 or 6 in all of them, and then my NIS Daytona 500, I finished 33rd. So we'll keep taking these solid runs. It's definitely good, nonetheless. So we'll move on to Texas.
100%, man. Good luck in the real stuff there. You had all your sponsors lined up, so got that in check, and go get them in Texas next week, sir. Have a good rest of your night.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. That was Braxton Deweese there in P3. Now we got Nick Kaufman lined up here, second place finisher here this evening. Nick Kaufman, this is Jeremy in the booth. What's going on, man?
Oh, just fighting and clawing over here. How are you guys?
That you did. We're doing fantastic. I know the caution count was high again tonight, but did the action on the track kind of offset that, and there was a lot of stuff to cover. And man, you had the second fastest car up until you got the race lead, and then you were just lights out. And then you found the restart box just a little too early, but you recovered somehow, passed a bunch of cars in a relatively quick manner. And then, so just overall, shout out for doing that alone at Dover. But then walk us through that restart that we had that sent you back, and then afterwards that final one where you and Austin put on a great show to finish this thing off.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was I was just trying to pick and choose my spots coming back through the field, but yeah, that restart, I really thought that I was in the box. I was trying to go early. I guess I just went a little too early. NASCAR wouldn't penalize it. Denny Hamlin does it, but this is iRacing. So, but yeah, shout out Denny. Went a lap and a half down, and just tried to, stay out there. I took a wave around, got back on the lead lap, and I was 6 laps away from having to pit for fuel when that caution came out that got everybody reset. Yeah, that last restart, I was alongside in 1 and almost all the way through 2, but I had to back out. The 48 was going to kill us both if I didn't back out. So I'd rather take P2 than wreck both of us. I still feel like I gave a win away. I mean, a P2 is nothing to sniff at, but I'm still a little disappointed. But solid points day for us. I was second in the stage, so I got 9 points there, and then second in the race. Just got to build off of that going forward.
I mean, yeah, good stuff there. And yeah, great call. Second place is much better than being wrecked out, which you would have fallen back maybe 10, 15 points. That's a lot of points to give up there on the podium. So good stuff, man. You put on a hell of a show. We all enjoyed it here on both YouTube and Twitch and all that fun jazz. But any shout outs or thoughts you want to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, first I want to shout out the guys in the league. We had a tough race tonight. Dover's a tough place to race at, and I mean this league, getting 37 guys out here every night, that's fantastic. Full fields pretty much. It's amazing. Chris and the guys over there are doing a great job with community. And then I want to thank my team, IWP, Intentional Wreck Podcast. We did a lot of practice for this race and really tried to dial it in, and it worked out. And then finally, I just want to thank my wife for letting me do this.
There we go, man. Congrats on a strong run again. We'll catch you next week, which I think it's at Dover.
No, we're at Dover
so
now.
You guys, good luck. Or no, sorry, Texas. I meant Texas.
Texas.
Jeremy's like, we're going to rewind and we're going to do it again.
Run it back.
Please
Run it back. It was too much fun.
All right. Thanks, fellas.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to go back to back Dover, Dustin. We trying to crush my dreams over here? Come on
Apparently I
now.
am, my man. Apparently I am. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I can't believe this guy over here. But now we got one person left. Victory Fuel, Victory Lane belongs to the 48 Austin Wheeler. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, talked to you, a little bit in the back half of the race, and you figured it out on all of the restarts up until the last one, which Nick just matched your energy there on the go pedal, and then you put out two of the biggest blocks I've seen, and they worked out without fail, man. Walk us through that final restart and how much or how fast was your heart pumping there? Because I'm sure your adrenaline was like through the roof.
Yeah, I think the heart rate increased every time the caution came out. Each caution, heart rate got higher. It was a challenge. I mean, I was doing the same thing every time pretty much. I knew those guys were going to catch on and just try to mimic it. But if you try to go mid, late restart zone, they all stack up on you anyway and you can't get away. So I just told myself I was going to go early every time and try to get to launch. And I had a little bit of wheel spin at the top end of second gear, and that put him right on my door pretty much. But as far as the block goes, it's okay to block as long as you're good with what's coming with it. And he did a good job. He didn't take us both out. It worked out good. So it was a fun race.
I love to hear it when a driver knows that if they put a block, they know what to expect afterwards. And thankfully, nothing came about it. I'm sure that caution prior, though, yeah, I would imagine you felt deflated because you had this large lead. You had a half a lap left before the white flag. And then how far did your heart sink when that happened?
Oh man, I was not happy. But man, it's racing. There's 30 of us out there, and that's just is what it is. But I'm glad we ended up bringing it home at the end. It was a lot of fun. Good battling with Nick. Braxton was fast too. It was a good race. Got some good long green flag runs in there, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was overall a very enjoyable race too. And I got a tradition here on Nerd TV that I've kind of brought over the years, and if you hit the wall during your post-race burnout, I get to call you out on that. So you had a clean one all the way up until you slammed the wall there on the front straightaway.
I actually got a good shot.
Why you gotta wreck the car after the race?
I got a good shot of the nose damage too for proof on the broadcast. So
I had to play it off. Once I hit it, I just stepped on the gas and let her spin.
Oh, I saw it.
All that banging on the broadcast would get you.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Just wash down, and there you go. I had to give you a little fun call out. I do that every single time I see someone hit the wall. So now you know for future reference. We're watching. We're watching on your burnouts, man. But any final thoughts or shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, man. I shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for broadcasting. I love watching it back. Y'all put on a great show. The league has been doing great so far. We're putting on the league for the first time this year, and everybody seems to be getting along pretty good for the most part, and everybody's learning each other, and I think we're all having fun. So looking forward to the next week, and we'll keep the momentum rolling.
Absolutely, man. Good luck next week, and that's it. Have a good rest of your night. Congratulations once more.
Yes, sir. See you in Texas.
All right, man. Austin Wheeler, first win of the season for the driver of the 48, and that is the conclusion of Dover. 12 cautions. I think 6 or 7 final lead changes there, and we still have 5 or 6 viewers on Twitch, Dustin. So I think that's a win on itself for us. And what's your take, man, from working overtime on the buttons?
It was Dover. I mean, this is a tough track.
It was Dover.
It was Dover. It's a tough track. I mean, drivers, it'll chew up and spit drivers out. It really will. Overall, I know we had 12 cautions, but I mean, there's certain tracks you got to expect something like that to happen just because of the level of difficulty. That's like going to Daytona or Talladega and not expecting a big one. It's bound to happen. So, I mean, it was a good race. I mean, a lot of action. Once they kind of got the cobwebs kind of blown off after the initial restarts, I mean, it was good action packed. Some driver beef, that short track temper and mentality was in there. I mean, it's Dover, baby. It's the Monster Mile. It's the monster for more than one reason. So I love it. It was a good race. That's why it's. I was just wanting to make sure when you said we're at Dover next week. I'm like, we're at Dover now. I mean, if you want to do it, I'll sit here and call another Dover race. Let's make it happen.
Well, we're a half hour past our 2-hour time slot, so thank you guys for staying with us here at almost 11:30 on the East Coast, and it was a good time overall. So appreciate you guys. It was a fun one, but we're gonna take a good little weekend here. Come back to you live Tuesday for the OTSS Select Series, and then back at you live this Thursday coming up.
I won't be
on
here.
March
It's not on the
5th.
camera next Thursday. This was just a one-time treat. Sorry.
I know.
But you guys will be blessed with the one and only Mr. Jason Rockefeller next Thursday.
Stat sheet himself. Radio voice, Jason Rockefeller back at it. 100%. That's on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. And you guys have a good rest of your night. Stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
And as always, it is not goodbye. It is just till next time. Stay nerdy out there.
Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll, the fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats round and engines climb. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Through each hairpin, a battle unfolds. Victory forged in the fire of the bold. Neon dreams fuel the tracks we tear. No TV shows us who dares to care. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll, the fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight.